Welcome to our mock interview pro session, where today we're diving into preparing for a preschool aide interview. As a preschool aide, your role is crucial in shaping young minds and creating a supportive learning environment. Let's get started with our first question, which takes a closer look at how you connect with children on an emotional level. Can you share an experience where you showed empathy and understanding towards a child's emotional needs? This question helps the interviewer see your ability to connect with children on an emotional level, which is crucial for supporting their development. Here are some pointers to help you craft a thoughtful response. Think of a specific incident with a child showing strong emotions. Describe how you recognize the child's feelings. Explain the steps you took to support the child. Mention any positive outcomes from your actions. Use I statements to make it personal and relatable. Now, let's look at an example of how you might answer this question.
Once, a child in my class was upset because they lost a toy. I noticed they were crying, so I knelt down to their level and asked if they wanted to talk about it. I listened carefully and helped them look for the toy. They felt better when we found it together, and they learned it's okay to ask for help.
By the way, we're only covering a handful of questions in this video, but I've prepared a free PDF with all 30 top interview questions for Preschool Aide. It also includes example answers and tips to help you prepare with confidence. The download link is just below. Could you describe a time when you effectively communicated with a child who was having difficulty expressing themselves? This question aims to evaluate your communication skills, especially in helping children express their emotions and needs. Let's explore some strategies for answering this question effectively. Think of a specific instance where a child struggled to share their feelings or ideas. Focus on your approach to understand their needs without pressuring them. Mention techniques you use, such as asking open-ended questions or using visual aids. Highlight the outcome and how the child felt after your interaction. Keep the example relatable and emphasize patience and empathy. Here's a sample answer to guide you.
I once helped a 4-year-old who was upset and couldn't say why. I knelt down to her eye level and gently asked her to draw how she felt. She drew a sad face, which opened up a conversation about what happened. By using her drawing, we identified that she missed her mom, and I reassured her with a comforting hug.
Tell me about a time you worked as part of a team to solve a problem at work. What was your role and what was the outcome? This question is designed to assess your teamwork skills and how effectively you collaborate with others to achieve a common goal. Here are some tips to help you construct a strong answer. Choose a specific example related to working with children or in an educational setting. Clearly define your role in the team and what actions you took. Describe the problem the team faced and why it was important to solve it. Explain the outcome and any positive feedback received. Highlight teamwork values and your contribution to collaboration. Let's take a look at how you might respond to this question.
In my previous role at a daycare, our team noticed children were struggling with sharing toys. I suggested we implement a sharing circle where kids could practice taking turns. I coordinated the sessions, and afterward we saw a significant improvement in children's sharing behavior, and parents appreciated the positive changes.
A child in your class is not following the rules and is causing disruptions. How would you handle the situation? This question evaluates your ability to manage classroom behavior effectively and maintain a positive learning environment. Here are some strategies to consider when forming your answer. Observe the child's behavior to understand triggers. Use a calm voice to address the child directly. Provide clear instructions and expectations. Redirect the child's focus to another activity. Involve parents if disruptive behavior persists. Here's an example of how you could approach this situation.
I would first observe the child to see what is causing the disruptions. Then I would approach them calmly, asking if they need help with anything. I would remind them of the rules and give them a specific task to focus on.
A parent approaches you with concerns about their child's progress. How would you address their concerns? This question is about your ability to communicate effectively with parents and address their concerns with empathy. Let's go over some tips for crafting your response. Listen actively to the parent's concerns without interrupting. Acknowledge the parent's feelings and validate their concerns. Provide specific examples of the child's progress and areas for support. Discuss strategies you are using in the classroom to help their child. Encourage ongoing communication and offer to be a resource for the parent. Now, here's a way to address this situation with a parent.
I would first listen carefully to the parents' concerns, making sure they feel heard. I would acknowledge their worries and share specific examples of their child's strengths and areas we are working on. Then I would explain the methods we are using to support their child's development and invite them to share any observations they have.
Before we wrap up, remember you can get all 30 questions, example answers, and step-by-step tips in a handy PDF. Totally free, just grab it below.